welcome to VerityHearts. It's Vera. Now, in this series, I'm taking you through the 5 dynamical deeds that you need to complete in order to create the life of your dreams. Now, we've already explored dynamical deeds number 1, destination, number 2, deadline, and number 3, desire. Now, if you missed those, I encourage you to go back and watch those videos before coming to today's dynamical deed, which is decision. The decision to make a decision, and I'm talking about a real decision, it's probably one of the most frequent subjects I address through my blogs and videos, because this one is one of the most critical but most ignored steps a person needs to take in order to regain control of their lives. So let's look at owning the results in your life. Every decision you have made in your past has led you to be living the life you are living right now. The big decisions, the small decisions, they all count. It's really important that you understand this, because in the same way, the decisions you make today will determine the results you experience tomorrow. If you want to see different results in your life, you are going to have a good, hard look at the decisions you make each and every day. The problem is that today, in a world where instant gratification is the driving force for so many people, individuals don't want to take responsibility for the long-term consequences of their short-term decision-making. Instead of accepting results as an outcome of their own decisions, people look to blame someone else, their parents, their boss, the government, their economy, anyone, rather than facing their own part in not taking responsibility for what they can take responsibility for and for the poor decisions they've made. So what is a poor decision? Well, it's simply about how well the decision is aligned or not aligned with your future goals. For example, if your goal is to lose 10 kilos, then choosing to eat that chocolate cake could be considered a poor decision. It's pretty obvious, right? Well, it's not obvious for the instant gratification person. Common justifications for poor decisions usually go something like, I'll be exercising later, or I've been good all week, or it's just this once. And then, funnily enough, when they aren't losing the weight they want, they will blame their metabolism, the people who served up the food, their parents, their genes, the sugar industry, or anyone else they can think of, rather than taking responsibility for being the one who decided to put that cake in their own mouth. What about financial decisions? If your goal is to put money into savings for a home deposit, but instead you give into the temptation to upgrade the latest version of a smartphone for you or for one of your kids, I'd call that out as a poor decision. Of course, when people do something like this, and this is a pretty common example, the justifications for why this is the right decision will come pouring forth from their mouths. Just try telling someone that spending over $1,000 for a phone upgrade when there's nothing wrong with their existing phone, it's a poor decision. Watch how quickly they will resort to justifying why spending $1,000 on a phone is a better decision than putting cash into their savings. The reality is that by giving into short-term instant gratification, people sacrifice long-term benefits. Making tough choices and real decisions comes with being an adult, and it's time to be a grown-up. If you want to see different results in your life, it's time to start taking responsibility for each and every big and little decision you make every day. Short-term gratification versus long-term benefits, that choice is yours. The responsibility is yours, and the results are yours. So why do so many people find decision-making so hard? A lack of decision-making can appear in the most insignificant scenarios, such as making a choice on what to order from a menu, through to the big life-altering events such as buying a house. For some, decision making is quick and definite. For others, not so much. For many people, making a decision brings up one of the biggest fear-based questions. What if I get it wrong? Now, of course, it makes sense to give yourself time in exploring your options when making decisions on those big ticket items, such as choosing whether to marry or not, or choosing to have children or not, or buying a house, or taking a large loan to buy that expensive car. The risk associated with getting the decision wrong are greater. And of course, the payoff, if you get the decision right, is also greater. However, even after pondering and exploring options, at some point you will have to make a decision. And there's no absolute guarantee that you'll make the perfect decision. What doesn't make sense is to ponder endlessly on the things that we would consider minor decisions, those that don't have any great risk associated with them, or they don't deliver any significant payoffs, such as ordering off a menu. So in summary, my advice is don't sweat the small stuff. Free up your time by putting your energy into the big ticket items and make your decisions count. Make decisions that support you in getting to that dream life that you would love to be living. Why? Because life is short. It is really short, and you only get so many chances to make decisions and take action on living the life you would truly love. In a previous post, I shared a story of a friend of mine who had passed away far too young. She was vibrant, she was active, she was fit, and by all appearances, healthy. Then out of the blue, she was diagnosed with an aggressive brain tumor. She had just enough time between getting diagnosed and when she passed to get her papers in order. She also had enough time to reflect on her life and the things she had done and what would be forever left undone. When I visited her in hospital, she shared with me how she had kept putting things off, to finally give up work, to start playing golf, to finally relax and spend her savings on doing things for herself. There were so many plans, but she had decided not to action them, to put them off until a better time, a better financial situation, or until she thought she deserved it. And there was one reflective story that really struck me. She had wanted a new bedroom suite for many years. She kept putting it off, waiting, until. She had had a successful career. She could definitely afford a new bedroom suite. But in her own words, she said, I was too mean to buy it for myself. She told me that she had in fact finally got around to buying it. It was delivered just before her diagnosis and being admitted into hospital. And she shook her head in disbelief when she said, I didn't even get to sleep in it. Now, my friend wasn't that different to you or me. What about that bucket list of things we want to do or try in our lives? The things that are planned for, one day. For some people, one day never comes. And if you have a burning desire in your heart to be living a life of your own design, don't wait for that one day or until. It's time to make a decision, a real decision about the life you have right now and the life you'd love to be living. Okay, that was a biggie. And that's Dynamical Deed number 4 done. Next time, I'm going to take you through the final Dynamical Deed on the top 5 list, which is determination. In the meantime, if you want to jump ahead and accelerate on designing, experiencing, and stepping into the life that you've only dreamed of up until now, then join me on one of my upcoming webinars where we'll work through these concepts and much, much more. You can find a link for more information or to register below or to the side of this video. And I look forward to seeing you for that last Dynamical Deed, number 5. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.